arriving in that driveway before
graduation ceremony for fifth grade. Parents, we recognize this is your child's special day. Therefore, feel free to get up and take pictures whenever you wish. The diplomas will be awarded alphabetically by home room. Each graduate will stand momentarily under the arch before receiving his diploma. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the Nursery Road class of 1995.
principal at the campus of our middle school. Prior to becoming the principal, Mrs. Sundar wore many hats as a member of the middle school team. She served as an assistant principal, a guidance counselor, and an 8th grade teacher. Her vast experience and knowledge about the middle school age students will benefit each of you greatly as you begin your adventures next year as a 6th grade student. Graduating class of 1995, I now introduce to you Mrs. Phyllis Sundar. Worked a little on front teacher last year. Didn't get me fifth grade staff. Sixth grade. So remember, we will be, because they thought that I really would like you carry with me into the next transition. My name is Beach, milestone. You may not know what a milestone is. Milestone used to be old roads a long time ago, before they had mile markers, you know, the interstate, all those green signs that stand up with numbers on them every now and then. Any of you seen those mile markers on the interstate? Let me see if you can. Those mark passage along that interstate highway, much like a long time ago, milestones mark passages along the roads that went from town to town. Today, you're on a passage, you're on a road going somewhere in your school career. I want you to think back, maybe parents join your fifth graders in thinking back to some other milestones that you've traveled past. As a baby, you had milestones when you first sat, standing, walking, running, do you remember? Skipping was pretty hard to do. Remember how hard it was to really get the skip down? Jumping. Later on you had milestones such as staying overnight at a friend's the first time. That was a real milestone. And it was a milestone for parents too. Going off to kindergarten. Some of you may have gone off to kindergarten right here at Nursery Road. That was a big step in your school career, your first step in your school career. Reading picture books, holding them and reading them and remembering the story and reading all the way through, and then moving up to chapter books. You remember the first time you got a chapter book and how big it was and how you longed for getting to the end of it? Those were milestones. Getting almost a whole new set of teeth. I won't say a whole set because some of us waited for those last ones for a long time. Many milestones brought you where you are right here today, graduating from elementary school. Everybody's comfortable with those milestones that we look back at, that we passed by. You know, you look back and you say, wasn't so bad. You know, getting into kindergarten wasn't so bad. Getting through that fourth grade math wasn't so bad. Those milestones are not so uncomfortable now that we've passed them. The ones that we look ahead to may not seem quite so easy. Some of you may have spent a restless night or two thinking about moving from elementary school up to the middle school, right? Moving to the middle school seems like a pretty big milestone to pass. Elementary school's been a nice, safe, and secure place, a place where laughter and love and learning and family all came together. And it's kind of hard to give that up and to think that you're moving away from that. Middle school probably seems like a totally different kind of place. How many of you, if you'll show me your hands again, how many of you have a few concerns about moving to the middle school? About what it's going to really be like? You came to see us, but maybe it won't really be like that. Okay? Now, every year I have a few concerns. I have a few concerns about closing the middle school today. Someone said, how are things winding down? And I said to them, things don't wind down at the middle school, they wind up. So, you know, we all do have those few concerns. Let me tell you a little something about Campus Arvo, and about what you might expect the middle school to be like. Middle school is a lot more like elementary school than it is like high school. I see some high school folks up here. I see some middle school folks up here who might shake their head and agree. Middle school really is a lot more like elementary school than it is like high school, and it should be that. It's a nice transition to go from elementary and go on from there to high school. Middle school has teachers in 6th grade in teams of 3 or 4 or 5 classes, so that those 3, 4, or 5 teachers are grouped together for those classes that you're going to have every day with those teachers, much like you do at Nursery Road. You're going to have about 75 to maybe 120 kids in that team of students along with you at the middle school. Kids that you're going to get to know really well. Kids that you're going to have classes with every day. With teachers who care about you and make learning fun, just as your teachers have at Nursery Road. Middle school offers opportunities to develop your talents and skills in areas like drama, writing, music, computers, band, art, technology, science, television production, and intramural sports, as well as in language arts, math, and social studies. Students and parents, middle schoolers hit growth spurts like you have never seen before. In fact, studies show that middle schoolers hit spurts of growth that have not been equaled since that time frame between birth and 2 years. So hold on to your seat. You're going to find your rising middle schoolers growing and changing in many ways. What are they like? Well, they're energetic. They're intensely curious. They're very moody sometimes. They're self-conscious other times. They're real sensitive to criticism. At the same time, they can be insensitive to others. So they're very, very contradictory in this period of time. They're enthusiastic, though. They're fiercely loyal. And as many people have observed, and as our annual states this year, they're caught in the middle. They really are caught right in that middle between childhood and being an adult. Often they're caught in that middle between those two in the same 24-hour period, which sometimes gives us a jolt. But it's my pleasure to welcome you and your parents through this stage of your life. Let's go back to those mile markers and those milestones. As you pack those bags and you set out on this next stage of your school career, on this highway, that we might rename the School Career Highway, think about what you need to bring with you. I want you to bring curiosity. I'd like you to bring energy. I know you'll bring energy. I'd like you to bring ambition. I'd like you to look around and know you're bringing friends. I'd like you to look back over your shoulder and know that you're bringing family with you. You're not leaving family behind. We welcome moms and dads at middle school. So let's dispel that myth right now in our whole group. We want your whole family to come with you on this next journey. I firmly believe that Campus R is the very best middle school that a middle school can be, and getting better all the time. We never stop. We just set a new 5-year plan that we hope will be approved this summer, and we can move ahead with it. Campus R has a slogan right now that I think will be unchanged. It's a place where we work for success and excellence for all, not just for some, not just success and not just excellence, but both and for everybody. We really work hard at that. At Campus R, we also believe in both tradition and innovation. You know, innovation is a word that means new things and change. We blend that old and that new. And I have a tradition, the old, that I'd like to share with you. I believe several years ago, Ms. Fedor started here with speeches for your graduation. And she began a tradition that I'd like to continue. And it concludes what I want to say with you, from words from a wonderful person. I hope that we never get too old to read Dr. Seuss books. I hope you haven't. I know I haven't. I enjoy them very much. This one is called Oh, the Places You'll Go, and I'd like to share some of it with you. You may want to shop the bookstores and get your own copy to remember this move on your school career highway. It is Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy who decides where to go. You look up and down streets. Look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, this is much later now, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there in the wide open air. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. You too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You'll get all hung up in a prickly perch and your gang will fly on and you'll be left in the lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. I'm going to skip a little and go on to the story. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape all that waiting and staying. You'll find the bright places where the boom bands are playing. With banner flip-flopping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky, ready because you're that kind of a guy. Oh, the places you'll go, there's fun to be done, there are points to be scored, there are games to be won, and the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Famous. You'll be famous as famous can be, with the whole wide world watching you win on TV. Wouldn't that be great? You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. So, be your name Bucksbaum, or Bixby, or Bray, or Mordecai, Ali, Van Allen, O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. I do think that Dr. Seuss says it best. We look forward to you coming to Kennesaw as you get on your way and move to this next step in your school career. Congratulations, fifth graders.
Quite often when we recognize achievements, we only know the obvious, those things that naturally receive recognition. However, today, we've chosen to acknowledge people whose service to our school is frequently overlooked. These people have enriched the lives of those who know them by their positive and happy attitudes. These awards are going to people who are well-liked and respected by all. They move about quietly and efficiently. They share their talents without evidence of personal gain. There is no task too large or too small for them to tackle. Their deeds are not newsworthy, but the everyday things these people do mean a great deal to us at Nursery Road. At this time, I would like to ask that Harrison Gray, Jeannie Burnside, Rebecca Maddox, Kristen Jones, and Blake Brooks present these awards.
Our first award goes to a gentleman who has supported our growing schools, our need of computers and computing education, our request of new playground equipment this year, and making many needs repairs to our building. Our recipient always stands for the needs of students and their teachers. He has just been elected as state president of the School Board Association. Our first award is presented to Dr. Chris Robinson, chairman of our school board and an elected member of our school board for 9 years. We are deeply appreciative of all that you have done for our school. Dr. Robinson, would you please come forward to accept your service?
I will accept this for Dr. Robinson. I'm sure he is very busy today, but we are very appreciative of that.
Everyone knows the value of a good neighbor. Nursery Road has a good neighbor who helps our school in many ways. Our next award recipient is a senior citizen in our community. She has served on our School Improvement Council for the last 4 years and has chaired the council this year. She has provided outstanding leadership for our school and was the Nursery Road Volunteer of the Year for 1995. She also works as a docent at the State Museum and takes student groups on tours there. She is a storyteller and has come to Nursery Road to share her stories with our students. She is a member of Project Love at the Urban Chapin Recreation Commission. We are very fortunate to have such a talented person as Mrs. Ann McGregor working as a volunteer in our school. Mrs. McGregor, would you please come forward?
I will also accept this for Mrs. McGregor, and she may be out of town. She's a grandmother and has lots of grandchildren with lots of exciting things going on herself, but she has been a terrific volunteer in our school this year. And I also know that our next recipient is not here, so I will accept that award.
Our next recipient is a friend to many of our students and faculty at Nursery Road School. He has served as the Director of Special Services in District 5 for 12 years. Nursery Road School provides special services to many, and this gentleman has helped us continue to improve our programs during all of his years in District 5. He has given us a great deal of support for our speech therapy, resource room program, and special classes. He has supervised our health room and our guidance program. He has worked
had been called into a district meeting and wouldn't be able to be with us. But I will personally give these to the recipients and express, I will take a written copy of what the fifth graders have said and express our deep appreciation to these people who have done a tremendous amount for our school.
I will never forget my first grade teacher. Her kind and gentle face that first scary day. Her excitement over the things we would learn made it hard to stay away. She told me I was wonderful at everything I did. I felt important to her, but so did everyone. She hugged and cared for us when we were afraid. She loved enough to pray for us in school if we disobeyed. I know it took an awful lot of patience, love, and care. For 41 years at Nursery Road, for us first, fourth, and fifth graders, she has been right there. No one touches your life like your first grade teacher, but this teacher has touched more lives than most. Today I want her to know that she is special to us, loved, cared for, and prayed for too. Miss Meckling, we will never forget you. This year, all fifth grade students read and studied the book, The Mystery of the Pirate's Treasure, written by Adela Body. Miss Body lives in Aiken and has written many books for young readers. We were fortunate to have Miss Body come and spend an afternoon with us in May. She talked with us about what it is like to be an author and the process she goes through in writing and having a book published. Miss Body also encouraged us to become writers by using our own experiences and imagination. We had an exciting afternoon talking with a real published author. At this time, I would like to ask Ms. Sarah Sheely, our media specialist, to come to the podium. Ms. Sheely, the fifth grade class of 1995 would like to present our media center this book written by our adopted author in residence. The title is South Carolina Women by Adela Body. We hope that students for years to come will enjoy this book about South Carolina's leading women told in a lively narrative form rather than listening to facts. Ms. Sheely, would you please read the inscription Ms. Body signed inside?
This book has been presented in honor of the 1994-1995 fifth grade students of Nursery Road Elementary. Adela Body, May 1995.
I'd like to say congratulations to all of our students and all of their parents too. These are the Nursery Road, this is the Nursery Road class of 1995, and it is the Irmo High School class of the year 2002. You all are a very special group to me. The year that you were born was my first year at Nursery Road. So I remember lots about many of you. I remember when many of you came to kindergarten. I remember lots of things about you through all of the grades, and it's very hard for me to believe that you are already at the end of your fifth grade year. As we've watched you grow from kindergarten through fifth grade, and lots of us on the stage have known you all of those years too. We've had lots of good memories of the things that you have done. We have lots of pictures of you, and we have lots of things that you have written and lots of things to help us remember you. We hope you leave Nursery Road with good memories of us. And I would like to say to the parents particularly that this is a terrific group of students. We have students here who have a wonderful future ahead of them during their middle school years and their high school years. We have students here who offer a wonderful future for us. You can look at these students and see that they are very good looking, They are a very intelligent group. They are a very hardworking group of students. They're very creative. They've learned lots over these past 10 or 11 years that they will use in their lives. They're very enthusiastic, and I know Mrs. Pendarvis will be glad to know that they are very energetic. All of them, and have been since kindergarten. And the parents of our fifth graders this year, and I know we have some grandparents here too, should be very proud of these students. These students will grow up to take care of your teachers and your principal and your parents when we are in our old age, or when we've been put at the Loman home there. These students, you all will be our legislators, you will be our policy makers, you will be our community leaders, you will be our volunteers, you will be the doctors and the healthcare professionals, you will be the ministers, you will be the owners of businesses and corporations, and you will be the public servants in all walks of life, and we will depend on you. But I'm very happy to say that I feel very confident when I'm at the Loman home, you will be doing a great job of taking care of this community and our country. I want to take this opportunity to ask you to do some things as you go to the middle school and onto the high school and into your life. First thing I'd like to ask you to do is to remember us. If you have a chance every now and then, come back to see us. Write us a little note. And if you see us in the stores, in a restaurant, at the mall as you grow older, please be sure to speak to us. You will change a lot. You will grow much taller. Your facial features will change some. We may not recognize you right away, but we won't change much at all. You'll recognize us, I'm sure. But please come up to us and tell us your name. Say, I was a student at Nursery Road, because we really do love to see you. We love to know what you're doing as you get older. We're very proud of you for the rest of your life. And you might be interested to know that we have some students now who were at Nursery Road who are now parents themselves, and it's so exciting to us to see our students become the great adults that they do become and that you will also become. As you remember us, I hope some of you will think about becoming teachers yourselves. We need great people to come back to Nursery Road and carry on the traditions here, and we would love to have all of you do that. I don't know how many of you know, but when Mrs. Quarles was in the 5th grade, her teacher was Mrs. Nesbitt. And I don't know how many of you know that Mr. Powers started in our 1st grade here. He did his student teaching in our 1st grade, and we kept promoting him. He got better and better. Finally got him up to 5th grade. So we hope some of you will think about coming back to Nursery Road as teachers too. There's another thing that I'd like to ask you to do, and that is to always be a learner. Even after you leave high school, continue that love of learning that we hope we have given you at Nursery Road. If there's one thing that we wanted to do during the 6 years that we had you here, is to instill in you a desire to be a lifelong learner. And I want to share just a little bit with you about learning for the rest of your life from a book that's one of my favorites. And some of you may have this book and may have read it. It's called Live and Learn and Pass It On. It's written by H. Jackson Brown, Jr. And these are some of the things that he says people have told him they have learned. I've learned that goldfish don't like Jell-O, age 5. I've learned that if you put a June bug down a girl's dress, she goes crazy, age 6. I've learned that if you laugh and drink soda pop at the same time, it will come out of your nose, age 7. I've learned that you can be in love with 4 girls at the same time, age 9. I've learned that you shouldn't confuse a black crayon with a Tootsie Roll, age 10. I've learned that you should never jump out of a 2nd-story window using a sheet for a parachute, age 10. I've learned that if you want to get even with someone at camp, you rub their underwear in poison ivy, age 11. on the day that I have a big test, age 12. I've learned that you can never have too many friends, age 16. I've learned that my best friend is my teddy bear. He never tells my secrets, age 17. I've learned that kids need hugs more than they need things, age 43. I've learned that there are 4 stages of men. When you believe in Santa Claus, when you don't believe in Santa Claus, when you are Santa Claus, and when you look like Santa Claus, age 51. I've learned that I still can't eat an Oreo without first opening it up and licking off the filling, age 53. I've learned that it's never too late to improve yourself, age 85. I've learned that I still have a lot to learn, age 92. So we hope that you will continue to be lifelong learners. The last thing that I want to ask you to do as you leave Nursery Road is to always be a Nursery Road champion. And you've learned during the years that you've been here that being a Nursery Road champion and being a champion in life does not always mean that you are the best, or that you are first, or that you are the winner. A champion from Nursery Road means that you are a respectful person. And we've talked a lot about that word over the years that you've been here. That you are respectful of your friends, that you are respectful of other people who may not be your friends. But being a champion and offering support to those who need you the most is what it means to be a Nursery Road champion. It also means to be respectful of your teachers and your parents, and I'm very proud to say that most of the time our Nursery Road students exhibit that kind of behavior. Your parents are going to really need you, especially to be respectful as you go through these middle school years. A lot of your parents are very nervous about you going, and they may act crazy sometimes when you're at the middle school. But it's very important to help them get through those years. Be a champion for your parents. And the last thing is to be respectful of yourself, particularly who you are, what you stand for, and your name. Don't ever do anything that would bring disrespect to your person, or to your name, or to your family name, or to those that you represent. It's important as you respect yourself to be the very best person that you can be. Every one of you is outstanding in some way, and I know that very well. I've known many of you for quite a few years. No one is good at everything, but everybody is good at something. And as you move on into the next years of your life, find out those things that you're good at, and be the very best that you can be. Always remember to stick together as champions. When you go to the middle school, you'll be in classes with lots of students from the other elementary schools, but you'll see each other, help each other, and stick together in whatever way you can. Enjoy your new friends, enjoy the new things that you will learn, and take good memories with you from Nursery Road. I know I personally have some wishes for you, and I know I speak for the other people on the stage. We wish you good fortune. We wish you lots of happiness. We wish you to always have a love of learning when you approach new things. And again, I'd like to say congratulations to all of you, and I'd like to say congratulations to all of your parents, and have a great day and a wonderful summer.
Isn't it wonderful that Dr. Kennelly mentioned that she taught Miss Quarles? Doesn't that make you feel good? Are you ready for the Loman Home? Is anybody on the stage ready for the Loman Home? Throughout the years at Nursery Road Elementary School, you as 5th grade students have had the opportunity to be involved with and influenced by many dedicated teachers and staff members. These people have tirelessly given their time and talents to help ensure a positive school experience for you and for all of our children here at Nursery Road. We would like to recognize these people and thank them for enriching our lives. Everyone that's listed on the program, on the back of the program, couldn't be with us today because they are responsible for other children and other activities that are going on in the building. but there have been so many people that have influenced you, and I would like at this time for those that are here and those that are on the stage to please stand, and let's recognize them with a round of applause for all the help they've given us. I would especially like the 5th grade teachers and Mrs. Huss to stand, and let's give them a round of applause for everything they have done for you this year. Thank you. Now, boys and girls, I would like for you to give a round of applause to your parents and all the relatives that are here that have come today and made an influence on your life and made you what you are. Thank you very much. Vanessa Eckenrose. Judy Diona. Betsy Bilbo. Scott Hartley. Jackie Johnson. Nathaniel Jones. Scott Gibson. Shelton Mackey. Brad Meyer. Alicia Montecu. Philip Nuwala. Heather Hall. John
Lower B.